This Vid production brought to you by Yankee Dabbler. For all your model railroad needs, check out Yankee Dabbler. Don't forget, 7% discount with BNSF 6951. And by Highways and Byways, awesome street graphics for your roads and streets on your model railroad layout. If you guys are looking for sophisticated model railroad electronics, Logic Rail Technologies has what you need. For a 5% discount on certain items, use code BNSF 6951. Oh, hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another Vid Productions video. I am glad to announce that this is going to be episode number 8 of Community Roundhouse. It's a fun video. It's a little bit longer than I had expected to be, but anyhow, I hope you guys stick around to the end, and let's see you all in the chat. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now.
John, because, bring in the bass, because, Dale things, not bad, Dale things, not bad, Dale things, hello my YouTube friends, and Brian, Dad, it's Community Roundhouse. Hi everyone, and welcome to Community Roundhouse. I'm Mark from M&M Rails, and the guys have a great show lined up for you tonight. Somehow, they secured an interview with the Luke Towan. I'm so What's that? The guys didn't get Luke Towan? No, he declined? Okay. So, we don't have a special guest tonight, but we do have some layout updates from Leslie Gilpin, William's channel, The New Fenris Railroad, and, I love these guys, Brian and Mike's channel, Crossed Anchors Railroad. So much fun. We also have Uncle Wilmer's Blast from the Past. He's featuring Randy Rock and Roll, McCarter's Layout. We have a Roy sighting from Steve 87th PSAP. And my favorite, a whack load of bloopers from Drew Steele, Rick Bailey, Indian Head Valley Railroad, and Georgia Sun Belt Anthony. Which is kind of weird because I didn't know Rick Bailey made mistakes, but I guess we're going to find out. So sit back, have a cup of coffee, or your drink of choice, and enjoy. Guys, take it away.
All right, we want to welcome everybody to episode 8 of the Community Roundhouse featuring who, John?
Well, unfortunately, we don't have a guest this month, Brian. This has been the snake bit month. What's that?
Well, that's Luke's fault.
Oh, you're right. That's Luke's fault. And I guess we're going to have to keep working on him. See if we can get him in here.
Well, the thing is, we are like chameleons. We can work with stuff. We're adaptable. We do have a guest. We have the highball and hogger, don't we?
Well, we were supposed to have the highball and hogger. We had quite a difficult time hooking up with him, though. Connection problems, mostly due to the storms you guys have down there this time of year.
Yeah, the weather in Florida has been plaguing our man Dale, the highball and hogger, but we are going to feature him in this episode. And we want to thank Mark for such a great intro. He always does such a fantastic job. He has been in communication with our man Luke. We weren't able to get him this week. Fantastic intro there, Mark. Appreciate all the hard work.
That's right, and we're going to keep working on Luke. See what we can come up with.
Right, this month we got all kind of good stuff we're featuring. Obviously, we've already mentioned the highball and hogger. We got Leslie Gilpin with a fantastic video we're going to feature. We got William of New Fenris Railroad. We also got Brian and Mike from Crossed Anchors. Who else are we going to talk about this week, John?
And we also have some clips from Ian from the Lehigh River Subdivision.
We're from Wilmer.
We got bloopers from Wilmer. We've got bloopers here from Drew, from Rick Bailey, from Anthony GSB, And we've got a Roy sighting from Steve 87th PSAP.
Tell you no joke, our man Drew is flying a helicopter around on his layout. I'm not joking.
Yeah, but he needs, I think he needs a few flying lessons, Brian.
I tell you what, I was nervous for him watching it. Y'all got to stick around. That one's good.
Speaking of which, let's go take a look at it now.
That's right. I want to thank each of you guys for showing up here for the premiere and being in chat. We're glad to have you. We're going to get rolling right now. Let's take off. Let's see what Jerry has to say about some bloopers, John.
Welcome to Measure Once, Cut Twice. Community Roundhouse bloopers. And first up, our first blooper is from our friend Anthony over there at Georgia Sunbelt. Well, it looks like the conductor over there at the GSB was having a hard day. Maybe he didn't have enough coffee. Coffee's always the answer for me.
So it's time for a little run around. This train is led by a C39-8. This is an ex-Southern unit. They ran them long in first. Man, I'm not good at this. Too much shaking. I was asked how large my layout is, rather. It is 32 by 12, basically, is what the size is. It's an irregular shape. I'm running this train on what I'm calling my Georgia Sunbelt line. I realized something I forgot on the outside line. I was wondering why some cars were uncoupling so much. And upon inspection, I realized I had left a uncoupling magnet on that line because my layout used to end right here. And that line was just a industry spur with an uncoupling magnet in it to uncouple cars. We just went past where I am going to build a food processing plant. And this entire area, this entire area here is going to be where my lumber facility is going to be. Whoops, I screwed that up, didn't I?
Rick Bailey, you gotta watch those wide loads, Rick. Those wide loads will always get you every time.
Here we go. Oh, the camera got caught up on a pin. And we lost the camera.
And next up is Wilmer over there at Indian Head Valley Railroad. So tell us, Wilmer, is it rats, racks, or rocks? Could be all of them.
Now this is just a little short video, but boy was it fun. It's a great video of two KCS ET44ACs T4 GEVOs, and in his description said they're scale trains. One pulling and one pushing, and it's a 75 car rack train. 75 car rack train. It's a 75 car rock train.
And last but not least is our friend Drew Steel 69. Looks like Captain Drufo is having a bad flight day. I can tell you one thing, it's a good thing he missed all that counter equipment.
And we got Wild Bill here. He came on before Vinny just to run some trains, and I tell you what, it's looking real smooth. He's got 2 steamers running around that layout. I've seen this layout grow up, come down, get bigger, get redone, grow up again, get bigger. He's got an extension plan coming off to the left as well.
And it's really great to see these trains running around Bill's layout.
Brian and Mike have a steamer. Tell us about that one, John.
Brian and Mike, they've got a beautiful Pensy decapod here. For those of you who might not have seen their channel, they're O-scale, and these guys have some great rolling stock, and they got a great layout going there.
Sound on this loco is like I've not heard before. I tell you what, it's got the squeaks and squeals at the beginning. I was very impressed. We had to get a shot of this in. And next we got a video from Leslie Gilpin. It is a video about a new train set he got, a Canadian train set he got. It's a new Cato Canadian passenger train set that he got. It is beautiful. It's fantastic. It's a powered AB set. He's got it running through his layout with other trains as well. It is an impressive video. I watched it many times, John, and every time I watched it, I had to play with my train.
This is a gorgeous train that Leslie has here, and it's a really beautiful layout. I've never been to most of Canada, but you take a look at this layout and you believe you're right in Canada.
fantastic. Trains crossing each and everywhere. It shows every part of his layout. I've never seen his layout in this quite good of detail. It was a great video. It was a pleasure to cut it and edit it to put it in this video. Like I said, I got work done on my layout. You motivated me. It was a good video, Leslie. Thanks for letting us use it.
It is. It's a great video, Leslie, and a great layout. If you guys haven't checked out today's episode of The Bridge Guys that aired on Grandpa Rail's channel today, which is September 20th at noon. If you guys haven't been following this series, I strongly suggest you check it out. These guys are doing a great job on some Craftsman bridge kits, and it's a lot of fun.
I tell you what, this is episode 4. I was able to make it today, and I'm glad I did. It was impressive to see these guys all working on a very similar model. They're kind of in the same, they're trying to stay near to the same spot. It's a great idea. What they're doing is very, very educational for everyone. I tell you what I've learned is I might not want to try to put one of these together in landscape.
I think there's a few of us have learned that one, Brian.
That and couplers. I'm going to leave them alone.
Hey everyone, it's another episode of
A Blast from the Past.
This month. We're going to take a ride with a good friend that I have been following pretty much since I started. So we kind of about the same age of a channel, and I have really enjoyed this ride. And this month we are going to go way back into time to October 2017, and we're going all the way down to see Randy's Rock and Roll McCarter. Now, moving on, Randy kept us updated in his progress on his N-scale layout. Let's move up to February 2018, and this little clip is from his video entitled "Just a Short Update on the Rock and Roll Railroad."
Kind of chilly out here this morning. I was out here laying this out, seeing how this was going to fit in there. I think it'll do all right. I'm kind of close to my tracks back behind. I'm going to paint these up and use these for silos. Some kind of candy come in. The grandson, I get pretty close to candy, but it runs pretty close. You see back behind there. Right in there. It runs kind of close to the building. But it does all right. It's clearing it. I thought about making it shorter here, make it a little bit shorter so I'll have a little more clearance right here. But I think I'm going to leave that, and I'm going to do something right there. Maybe a tree coming up the side here, and then another tree here. So, hold on one second, I'm going to show you one of my trees I started. Alright, that's one of my trees. That's my first one actually. My wife wanted it. Soldered it together. I'll make her a better one than that. These are the type of trees I'm going to be going with on my layout. As some of you know, I have a tree service and I'm kind of picky about my trees.
I like the way Randy showed off his structures and his on his layout and his skills at making trees. And trees is important because Randy has his own tree service, so they're important to him. Let's jump up to April of 2018. And the name of the video that I'm going to show you the clip from is called Update and Shoutouts. And Randy shouts out some of his big influences that got him going.
I'm going to do a shout out to Jack. He kind of helped me along with a lot of my switching. I've always enjoyed switching, but I've learned a lot from him on how it all really works. And I want to give a shout out to him. But for him, I probably wouldn't have built the yard. I'd probably still be making roofs. Give a shout out to Jack. I'm going to give another shout out to Benny, BNFS 6951. He kind of got me started on getting back into building scratch structures. I do that. I've always done it out of cardboard and dowel rods and pieces of PVC, just whatever I could use, just kind of like on Cameron's cotton candy factory. Another shout out to It's My Railroad. Mr. Steve over there, It's My Railroad, he kind of motivated me getting started on some of my scenery. Put it off long enough.
Wasn't long after that, and we're going to go jump up to August 2018. And guess what? 2018, the HO switching layout is born.
Layout I've built for the HO. I'll give you a view kind of down it. We come in. This is my little staging area right here. I kind of stage everything right here. And kind of bring it in, and I got me a siding right there. And go around, do my runarounds. This is like a little yard staging track or a little holding area.
And it wasn't long that it grew bigger thanks to Jack. October 2018, he's boxing up the N-scale layout. Says goodbye. Kind of sad. But now let's take a jump up to August of 2020. Yep, this month. And I just want to show this because, man, the first time I saw this, I got blown away. Check this out. He shows off how great of an artist his wife is.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Rock and Roll Railroad. This is the painting my wife is doing for me. Putting some pretty good detail into it, looking beautiful. I love it. It's looking great.
I'm going to jump back again and go back to July 2020 and end this thing with an update on, and the name of the video is Moving Along Nicely, and how well Randy's Rock and Roll Express Railroad is doing. And thank you, Randy McCarter, for taking us along with you these last couple of years and looking forward to spending a few more with you, watching your railroad grow, watching your HO layout grow, and go on from there.
The top up here around the dust collectors, and it'll be pretty much done. I kind of modified it. I brought the shed out to the front instead of taking it to the back. I like the cars, the way the cars look in front of the silos. Those are just PVC pipe, those last four. I gotta cut them off, make them level, and run my head house on out. And as for down here, I got the cloth down and ready for sculpt mold there. These will be painted gray. I'm gonna sand these down, paint them gray. That'll be the bridge abutments for the big bridge. The river will run down here. Road right here. We'll have a little road there. Somebody fishing down here. And there'll be a mountain right here.
If you haven't subscribed to Randy's Rock and Roll McCarter, that's the name of the channel, you need to go over right now and click on and join, because I'm telling you, go back through his videos and just go along with the adventure. And it's been an adventure with Randy. Thanks, Randy. Thank you all for watching. See you next month.
All right, next up we have a layout update from Ian at the Lehigh River Subdivision. Lehigh, yeah.
Yeah,
Right. Ian actually sent us a clip last month, and we ran out of time and didn't get him in there, so I took that clip, added a few more pieces here, and let's take a look at Ian's layout. He's doing a great job. He's modeling the Lehigh Valley, which is just about, maybe 9 or 10 miles north of me. And he's doing a great job capturing it. Let's go over and take a look.
I finished this piece. I had it framed. I put the plywood on and added the foam. I started messing around with some pieces. These ain't fastened, just to kind of get an idea of what I want to do here. I did fasten in this piece, started cutting some pieces to get an idea, not too much. Drew in a stream that I want to run underneath the bridge with another small stream that runs back off in that direction. This piece is fastened in, and then this piece is just sitting here. I made a trip up to a hobby store last Thursday, and I picked up the mobile home there. That's an IMAX, so it's a resin, I believe. And then I got a yellow trailer and a roadway trailer. Those are both from Trainworks. I got some tracking this week and started laying in the yard. That's, let's see, 5 of the tracks connected up. There's going to be 8. So the thing with this is, on this side of the yard, I can only fit 6 of the tracks off this ladder of switches. So for the last, because there's going to be 8 tracks here, so the last 2 are actually going to come around and hook up to this piece that comes down and runs along where the comes off the main line into the yard. And I got a double track coming out, and then there'll just be a switch here so the trains can run, pull a string of freight cars in, run around itself, and then get around the train by going back out the other track. So that is just some of the yard tracks in place. I started working on my idea for this portion of the layout. So this is supposed to be the Lehigh Gorge. So I want the tracks to curve a lot and not have much straightaway. So this bridge is really where this bridge is going to be. This is going to be a representation of the entry to Lehigh Gorge. So if you ever been to the Lehigh Gorge outside of Jim Thorpe, there's the railroad bridge. There's a bridge for cars to go into the parking. Then there's the old concrete piers for the bridge that came out of a tunnel that's still there that you can walk through. So I want to do that scene with the abandoned tunnel and the abandoned bridge piers, the road bridge and the train bridge right here. And then it'll curve up through. And then at this point, I'm going to put a switch off, and this is where it would run down to tie into a future lower level. So that would be a representation of M&H Junction, which is in the gorge. It's where the Lehigh Valley ran to Hazleton. It's now run by Norfolk Southern. And then it would loop back around the top here, come in straight along the wall there, and then I'm going to S it back out to meet the main line. So this will probably be where the Whitehaven Tunnel ends up being, because it gets against the back of the layout there, so it would be hard to do any type of scenery or depth behind the track there. So I went ahead and finished the handrails, 2 coats with the metallic silver. I went ahead and painted the side of the bridge, the piece actually underneath there, flat black. The reason I did that is the shiny black of the Kato is just, you know, wouldn't look realistic in the scenery. So I did the flat black on there just in case any of it's exposed when the wood sticks are glued down. I went ahead and weathered those with some black watered down, and then I wiped it off immediately. So they still have a little bit of the wood color, but they're aged, and each one's a little different, so I like that, how that came out. Really happy with that, and thanks for the tips on that. There was quite a few guys who had mentioned weathering these wood planks. And then I went ahead and did the flat black down this I guess it's like a metal grate in between the rails. I taped off the road bed, and I'm gonna paint the rails to weather them. So this piece goes with this bridge to go on the layout. So I'm gonna weather the rails on the bridge along with that. And I taped off all this to keep the brown from getting on that. And then once I'm done doing that, I'm gonna go back through with gray and fill in between the ties, because there's no concrete ties here in the Northeast Pennsylvania on these freight lines. And I got this because it's the only way the Kato double track comes. And if you come up high, you can see the top of the rails are clean. So what I did was, once I painted, you know, the whole section of rail, I went back over to the top with a Q-tip and just wiped off the excess paint off the top rail, and it came off really easy. Okay, back with the bridge weathering, and I weathered the side, weathered the rails, the handrails on the side of the bridge. I went ahead and super glued the wood planks in. And if I go down through here, you can see some of the detail and the weathering on the rails and the grate, and how I repainted the ties black on the bridge. And you got a little bit of rust down there at the end. Put some rust on the inside of the rails. And then here is the track once I refilled in the gray in between the ties. So this still gets a satin, or not satin, I want to do matte. So that'll dull down the gloss that's coming off the gray, because all I had was satin, so it has a little bit of a sheen to it. But overall I'm happy, and it looks way more realistic than that did, or the Kato wood ties that are the other style Kato track.
Tell you what, I want to thank Ian for allowing us to use this footage. This is a fantastic layout. The Lehigh River Subdivision, not to be confused with Old McDonald's Farm, John, is a fantastic layout. We want to thank you again for letting us use it.
Thanks, Ian, and I've said it before, but congratulations on the birth of your son. You guys are lucky people.
That's right. Teach them to love trains. Now a tribute to the Highball and Hogger. John has put together some footage from him since we weren't able to get the live interview together. We know you'll all enjoy it. We've all missed coffee and trains for a couple weeks. Here's some stuff from Dale right now. Sit back, enjoy. Thank you, Dale, for allowing us to use it. We appreciate you trying to get the interview together to the best of your ability.
Number 2 is headed up by PRR number 8907 today. It's an AS-16M built by the Alco company in April 1951. She is a 1600 horsepower BB wheel arrangement road switcher. She was assigned to the Pittsburgh region and was retired in October of 1967. Conductor gives the all aboard. And she begins to roll out her run to Win Tuna on this Sunday morning. We pick up the action over here in Win Tuna. Cinder scrap. We're waiting on the westbound number 103 local freight. Easing out of pit yard. Today 103 is headed up by an ES-12M built by EMD from 1950 to 1953. 8540 was built in December of 1952. So she's a ES-12M and is rated at 1200 horsepower. She is a BB wheel arrangement switcher. Like I said, she was built in December of 1952, and she is brand new on the layout in 1953. Only been on the job for 6 months. This unit was actually in real life assigned to Camden, New Jersey. But in the model train world, she is assigned to the Bulldog division, Bulldog line on the PRR in the 1950s and N scale layout. Move over here to the industrial area. We'll pick up that local freight in a bit. Maybe catch some switching. You can see we've poured some plaster over here. Hadn't done a whole lot this week. Still need to get started on the water tower, and still got to get that cement plant finished. When we get in there, like I said, we poured some plaster. It's still wet. I'm not trying to mess with it too much. Oop, I done poked my finger in it. It's still real wet. They're Jaeger Manufacturing. We've had a little hiccup on the siding and the turnout into Penn-Dixie cement there. Still working out a couple of little bugs. We're almost ready there to do some nice smooth switching into the cement plant. Done a little work on the pig pen. Added some hay, a trough into the pig pen there for the pigs. You can see some of them waddling around in the mud, some of them in the hay. My Yorkshire pigs. Well, over here in Maple Grove, Raber Grain Elevator and Silcott Coal and Supply. We're going to catch that eastbound commuter. About to roll in. Going to make a stop here, pick up a few commuters, headed into Wintuna for the Sunday. Conductor gives it all aboard. She's going to roll out. Auger's got the highball. I see Uncle Wilmer over there on the porch, him and Gizmo. They got their coffee, real fanning. I see they got that electrical pole, telephone pole back up. Hey. Looks like Officer JD done got him somebody stopped down there on the road. We'll move on to Harvey Coal Tower. Should catch the arrival of that local freight. Might even catch a meet between it and the commuter. We set up at Harvey Coal Tower here. Try to catch this meet. Here comes number 103. At westbound local freight, easing in at Harvey. She'll come in, ease in, and come to a stop. Let this number 2 eastbound commuter train get by her. Number 103 is the Wintuna to Montyville turn. She's going to switch out 3 loaded hoppers, pick up 3 empties here at Harvey Coal Tower. Brakeman's released the cars, set some handbrakes. Gives the harder signal to pull forward. They'll move, clear that switch. Brakeman's unlocked and aligned the switch for the siding. Gives him a signal to shove back. We'll shove back there and pick up those we'll pick up those empties, pull them out. Brakeman's gonna release some handbrakes. Then we'll signal that hogger to pull everything out on the main. Clear that switch. Brakeman realign the switch with the main. We'll shove these empties and put it back on our train. Brakeman's cut those guards. We'll pull back forward. Slow down hard. Clear that switch. That's good hard. Brakeman realigns the switch for the siding. We give the hogger signal to shove back. We'll shove these cars back up in there and spot them. Brakeman's uncoupled from our 4 cars, set some handbrakes, gives the hogger a signal to pull back out on main. Brakeman realigns the switch for the main, puts the lock back on it, signals the hogger to shove back to our train. We'll put our train back together. And our switching at Harvey Coal Tower will be complete. Build our air pressure up. We're ready to head out. Switching complete. Hogger gets the high ball.
The highball hogger certainly has a gorgeous layout. I enjoy it, and like Brian said, I've been missing Sunday morning coffee and trains with Dale. We're still going to work on Dale, try and get him in here for an interview. Dale's a lot of fun, and seeing his layout is great, but it's not quite the same as having him here with us. Next month will be on Wednesday, October 14th. It'll be episode number 9. It'll be at 6 p.m. Eastern, as always. And we haven't worked out the schedule yet, so we'll be putting out an announcement as to where you can find it.
That's right. You guys look for an announcement video soon about October 14th at 6 p.m. before Sparky, where the channel where the Community Roundhouse episode 9 will land that month on Halloween, the Halloween month. And we want to thank everybody that would allow us to use their stuff today and contributed to the work. We want to thank Mark and Wilmer and Jerry and Dale, and I want to thank John for his work. I want to thank Bill for letting us use his footage, as well as Leslie, Ian, We got Rick. We also have Anthony. We got, who am I forgetting, John?
Let's see. We got Drew Steele and Wilmer, Steve 87th PSAP, and we got to thank my co-host Brian here, of course.
That's right, John. And we're gonna have to go back and talk about whatever Steve did because we didn't mention that.
Did we miss Steve?
We didn't talk about Steve at all.
Okay.
Oh, Steve, we're glad you were here, Steve, but we didn't mention you.
All right, well, let's get Steve in now.
No, you did at all. It's good to have you here, Steve.
Yeah. We appreciate you, Steve, believe it or not.
Steve, what? Say it again.
Steve managed to find Roy on his layout. So let's go over and take a look at Steve's Roy sighting.
And as you guys can see, they make a nice little layout addition for something that we always all see around and all that kind of stuff. And it looks like here, it looks like we got Roy delivering the postal trucks, one of the older postal trucks going by the new trucks. And oh, looks like Jerry Sattarelli sitting over there in front of the, right over there next to Paul's Pizzeria. I don't know whether he's doing some rail fanning or not. I guess there is some trains behind there that he can look at and all. I got a feeling he's at the pizzeria though. Okay, so anyway, this is Steve 87 saying thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you guys later. Have a good time modeling.
And I tell you what, we want to thank Steve for sending this in. Y'all, it's really easy to catch Roy or Jerry on your layout. Just give us a photo, send it in to us at the Community Roundhouse webpage. There's a link in the description right below this. You click there, you click one more button, send us the picture of your Roy or Jerry sighting on your layout, and we'll feature it on next month's episode. We appreciate you doing that for us, Steve.
And don't forget, you can send in your layout photos. You can send in a video clip of your layout and send in your bloopers too. You can get to all those links from the same spot.
That's right, everybody. We feed off community contributions, so we appreciate it when you're able to do that. And if you're not able to do that, if you don't have the time to do that, shoot, send one of us an email or give us a comment. Send us an email or leave us a comment on our channel or on this video. Say it's okay to use your material. We'll go dive and dig through it. We'll find some good stuff to use of yours, and we'll feature it on the next episode.
That's right. Let's share it with the community.
That's right. All we need is your permission to use your stuff, and we'll paste it everywhere.
And we want to thank everybody in chat with us today and everybody watching this video on replay. We enjoy bringing it to you, and it's been a lot of fun.
It really is important to have you guys that show up for the premiere and chat with us here. It's why we do it. It's what we enjoy about this one evening each month. So we really thank you guys. We appreciate y'all making the effort to come in for the chat.
And if you enjoyed the show, please hit that like button.
That's right. Like, subscribe, share, click the bell, whatever you need to do. Let your friends know about this episode and the next one. Watch for the announcement video.
And we'll see you next month.
Take care, everybody.